Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you have now entered into the Hangout. And today we just having a little discourse dealing with some upcoming issues, debates, and conversations that's brewing in the community. So I named this one "The Black Man on Trial." How much of this division yours or the white man fault? Seeing that we got a lot of division going on in our communities and neighborhoods. It's been going on for a while now. We've been conscious or aware of the problem, and we've been trying to do our best as black men to find a solution to it. And it seemed like the only solution is to come together. You know, we all being oppressed by the same oppressors, the same system, so on and so forth. But we tend to want to put the blame on the black woman, the white man, the black child, so on and so forth. We don't want to take responsibility for ourselves for the devastation that, we allow to go on in our community or we participate in our community. I'm at fault at times like others when dealing with this type of situation and stuff. So I just wanted to bring it up. I'm probably going to start a little panel on it every other day talking about it. We're not going to stay long, 30, 40 minutes at most. We're not trying to do an hour or nothing. We just trying to come through every other day, kick in the door, take the topic head on, grab it by the horns and wrestle it down and, come do it again. So I got my brother Pit Boss with me, Lex Lee Vortex might be showing up, D Miller and brother Royale, depending on if they time or they schedule allow them to do it. So, I'm going to pass the mic over to Pit Boss for a sec. Then, we're going to get back to regular scheduled program.
What up, Carl Albert, Pan African superpower? Yeah, man, it seems like a little bit of activity been jumping off lately, you know what I'm saying? Seems we got the more of the usual going down in the YouTube world. And, at some point in time, you would think like some of these popular channels that we got out there that, everybody kind of seemed to be paying attention to, that the nonsense that's constantly created from one of the major brands within this little group of people. You constantly, every week, it's got to be a new debate, new this, new that. Everybody want to get their little shine, seem like they want to, get their popularity up so that they could sell you some products or something. Because once they get their priority up, they turn into the same shit that you get from like Hollywood people, or, maybe somebody in your neighborhood get a good job making $100 grand. All of a sudden they move out the neighborhood and you hit that phone number up, they gone. You can't really get in contact with them. So, it's the same symptoms are beginning to occur with this so-called conscious movement, which the outside people who really run the economy, they're not really paying attention to no conscious community. You're not going to see a polite, appear on any real type of television or programs where some of our educated minds gather up on whatever the case is. All you just see is, renditions of various people appearing on these YouTube channels, trying to get 5,000 views or something. But, I don't really see any type of real collectivism. Only thing I see is a few people coming out with their products and, what they got to offer from a financial standpoint as individuals. But as a collectiveness, it seems to be moving pretty slow. That's not like an attack against what they're trying to accomplish, because, it kind of in a baby stage where this conscious community YouTube type of thing has not fully developed. And, this is just really like the first stage where everybody kind of understand, oh, let me get on YouTube and put out a video. But the idea was to bring a consciousness to, lots of people who probably not paying attention or reading books or just looking at the news thinking that that's where the truth at. But so far, we just got a bunch of foolishness to me.
Yeah, hip hop and rap music when it came out, it's supposed to have been about promoting a social conscious message. The same thing with this community, I believe. And you know, the elders, they did a pretty good job. But the first thing you seen come along was the youngsters in the community going with commercialism and you know, commerce, start attacking the elders for being poor righteous teachers and things of that nature, bringing about a division when it comes to, you know, eldership and well OGs and YGs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got the male and the female thing on the table now. You know, the black man against the black woman. As we got a trial coming up, putting them on trial. That's why I thought I'd bounce off of that and say, hey, let's put the black man on trial. Because from most theological standpoints, you know, we do have theological arms to this liberation movement. You will see is raise the black man up and everything else will follow suit. So, you know, let's put the black man on trial was my mentality with that, because as soon as he raise up, then he can raise up the community, he can raise up his family. Let's do it in order, starting with his family, his wife, his children. Then he can start to his next door neighbors. Then next thing you know, you could go throughout the community, and then from that community to the next community. Shout out to new area Detroit. You know, they done found new area Chicago, new era Atlanta, and so on and so forth. Them guys trying to bring about, you know, some change and, you know, new mentality in the community. You know, shout out to my brothers down there in Parking, who's gonna be cleaning up Saturday. You know, if I make it back in town, I might do that good work on the Sabbath day. If I can find out what exactly where they working at, they let me know before I headed out of town. If y'all can see, I'm not in my house right now, and I'm not in Arkansas right now, but life is good. So shout out to them brothers, you know, Bloods and GDs and different people coming together, cleaning up the community. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be putting that in the Park and Defender too, letting the world know what's going on. And it's not me trying to get any idle pride off of it, but it's giving a shout out to my brethren that's out there doing stuff, you know. So, you know, it's time for men to stand up and start working on solutions, man. And the only thing we can do is truly come together and start one step at a time. We got to also find out a way to do this group economics, and people not really talking about that. When we gonna start debating the social, political, and economic things that go on in our community? You know, we keep dealing with the theological or the spiritual or the religious aspect of what's going on in the community. When we really gonna start dealing with the social, political aspect this Lex Lee Vortex brought up on one of the shows, but most definitely the economics. You know, we got to find a way to get some jobs and stuff. I'm going around St. Louis, I'm going around Memphis, I'm going around Chicago. I find myself in these different areas, and it's a lot of broke down homes and broke down properties that, you know, can be renovated, and, you know, business can be established in it. But we got to find a gross national product that we can create, that we can start selling to the Japanese, Chinese, and different people if they want it from us. You know what I'm saying? And how we gonna do this, I don't know, but we got to sit down and debate those things, talk about those things, and talk about the systems that we got now that people think are so, you know, good for us, but yet they're detrimental to our just, you know, cohesively gelling together and working together to build our community properly. I know it's supposed to be a conversation taking place. I think Malik Zulu Shabazz brought this dialogue together and stuff, but I don't know who all gonna be a part of it. But it looked like they gathering some people in the community to talk about some things. So, you know, we start putting them on trial as I do this, talking about the different things they lack doing in the community, and now they trying to do, you know, and maybe when the time come, they can address some of these issues that we, the people, the community, you know, the social media community and the physical community has to say about, their lack of duty over the last couple of years when addressing some of these issues that's been coming up and some of these topics that's been pushed, as you say, on some of these platforms out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things is when you kind of look at our current condition, some of the things is we got black on black violence. You got the new Black Panther Party beginning a Stop the Violence tour. Then you got the Black Lawyers for Justice. That's Malik Zulu Shabazz coming from a different angle of a unity thing. And, that's associated to this, Sarnetta's and them movement that they talking about right now going out to Cleveland. I guess they just begun, the conversation about that. So as you see these various communities trying to merge together to attack a problem that's wider spread on a national level, just as you got Chirac and you got the boys out there, little young dudes, freely walking around with the pistols popping at each other, and you got, abortions, you got black women just scaling the scales on abortions. They outnumber all the deaths in any other capacity that could possibly happen to us in this country. And all these things are just simply symptoms of a system that seems to kind of be destroying the neighborhood. So the only way to understand it is you kind of got to look at the history and how it was created. So, going back to, let's say, like 1921 in Greenwood, Tulsa, with the Black Wall Street incident. Here you got a black community who been thriving for about a decade from an oil boom. They making all this money. They started invested it in their community. So you would assume like, okay, and let's say 1910, they didn't have much as a community in that aspect. So they came up with these ideas like, hey, we're going to start us our own community. Same thing we talking now. And so they do. And they got a thriving community going on, and they're an example for other areas of the country who would see what they're doing, and they would start them a form of a Black Wall Street in their area, like in South Carolina, Virginia, various places. You have, high concentrated blacks who just started to building up their neighborhoods, opening up businesses, doing everything that we talk about or wish we could do today. So then, right as they're in the height and they're doing well, some outside group, we can name several. You could say the Ku Klux Klan or white supremacy or whoever that might have been offended at the success of what black people were doing for themselves. So they decided, well, if we let them build like that, they become an economic threat. This was like the conversation that Booker T was establishing when he set up Tuskegee, as he was trying to take the black people and educate them on an industrial level, because you need an industrial level to build a nation. You can't just sell a tennis shoe. You got to create it. You can't just sell bricks. You got to make them in order for you to be able to dominate your market. I once heard Farrakhan speaking on something similar to this. He was talking about the cotton and selling T-shirts. He was like, well, if you grow the cotton out the ground and you own the land, then you don't need to reach outside of your community to grab your resources. So if you're not in control of your resources, you really can't control the product. Because if you own a T-shirt factory, but you got to buy your cotton from the Chinese or from the Jews or the Indians, they could just up the price on you. And now you're out of business because you can't afford the cotton. So in that sense, you had these folks in Tulsa building up their community. And just like then, that they're doing now, is someone didn't like what they was doing, so they began to attack the community. Back then, it was a little more abrupt and violent, where they came in with planes. They started an incident, came in burning down the buildings, and they went for straight destruction. It wasn't like, a slow, apprehensive type of approach, where now it's more slow, and we tend to blame ourselves for the condition that we in, because we only see the after effect of the symptoms. But when you look deeper at it, you realize that it's an outside force that's causing the confusion within. And such as, you know, they might hit you with the biological warfare and drop the crack off in your neighborhood. Or they may hit you with, you know, a biological warfare and slip some type of, you know, biological stuff in your shots that you're giving your kids. Or they might serve you certain products that you take in, like fluoride in your toothpaste. And all these things slowly start to develop into issues for your community. So they created, you know, the for like you know, people like who been with a woman and they break up and they got a child by them. So now you got the child care system, right? This is the only remedy so far for, like, if a woman breaks up with the father, that she could try to redeem some money from him. So you look at the child care system and you realize that they don't have the authority to step in any sociological way to deal with the issue. So they step in economically, and they make the woman oppress the father in order to, you know, better for the betterment of the child. And so all of these various directions that they're coming at the community, it puts the community in distress. So once the distress happens, you see the outcome in the black on black violence. You see the outcome in, you know, single mother homes and so forth and so forth. And so we trying to look at ourselves like, what are we doing wrong? Well, we not doing anything wrong. We're being attacked, and we just simply don't understand the attack. Because if I'm sitting here fighting with my brother over something he done to me, and then he say, hey, I didn't really do that, I was forced to do that based on some outside force, then I would have to stop fighting with him and look at that outside force and start to deal with that. So when you talk about unity amongst one another, but you're not going to deal with the outside problem that's calling the disunity, then you just inevitably going in circles and you'll never get out the trap.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's a complex situation that we dealing with, people. So this need to be talked about weekly. You know what I'm saying? Twice a week, maybe. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna give to it, but I gotta give some more attention to this. You know, it's a lot of things that I like to deal with. The Bible is one of the most important things for me. But outside of that, you know, we got to deal with more stuff. As I started the year off with black, you know, all black everything. You know, black liberation theology, black liberation, just black, you know, nationalism, Pan-Africanism, you know, black economics, dealing with the black dollar, this, that, and the other. We just got to get back to really dealing with our black community, you know, in the theological perspective. Like I said, it's being vetted out daily. You know, people arguing and debating over it. But we got to find that national growth product. We got to get back to, you know, tilling the land, growing something for ourselves. If it's cotton, you know what I'm saying? Let's own that. Our people once, you know, worked that business and made millions for others. You telling me we can't do that and then create our own clothing out of it? You know what I'm saying? Well, we could have our dashikis and this and that and our little bonnets on our heads or whatever, and it be ours. We paint it red, black, and green, and it be ours. And we get the people over in Africa wearing the red, black, and green and really representing it. Outside of those Hebrew Israelites, they call themselves Biafrans, so on and so forth. There's a lot that we can do, people. It's a lot. There's a lot of opportunities out here right now, but until our national leaders and spokespersons and activists really sit down and deal with these things, we're gonna be in trouble. So I'm gonna tell y'all now, I look to be up in Cleveland in August. You know what I'm saying? To confront all these people that I've been hearing about and seeing and stuff, and never had a chance to really get, you know, close to them. And I never really wanted to go to a Sinetta event. So if all of them gonna be at this and I can skip out, you know, giving that economic dollar to a Sinetta event, then I'd rather give it to Malik and whoever else there, you know, and try to push it that way. But it's something got to be done, people. We all out here fighting for our opportunity to lend a voice to the problem, lend some answers to the problem, and some people more sincere than others. And hopefully, y'all can start discerning who's who by the work they put in and the stuff that they give to the struggle. You know, we all in a struggle. You know, some better off than others, and you know, some is not reaching back for others, and then some just trying to capitalize, monopolize, you know, the efforts, quote unquote. But they not. They just creating opportunities. So, one
Well,
sec.
you say, oh yeah, I hear you in the back. You got some background. I'll just pick it up for you. I don't know if you could hear me. I see you. Okay, so basically, we just like repeating something that's already happened before. If you kind of study this Black American history, we just seem to be on a like a fake Black power mission at the moment. What I mean by that is just a lot of screaming and yelling Black power, a lot of marching, and a lot of getting upset at the circumstances that are happening to us. And you can do all the rhetoric and all the marching and screaming and hollering and have all the conventions that you want. But that just simply has never been the solution. That's a good rallying call. It's necessary, but it's not the solution. The only solution is that you go out and you open up a business and you buy and own something as an individual. It could be the smallest of things, but you got to start to take your shit back. You got to open up something. You got to start creating a way off your job. You got to create your own job. If you still work for the white man or the yellow man or the red man, you is not on the track to building your own nation. I would suggest that everybody go and read The Builder of a Civilization by Booker T. Washington, so you could understand the best blueprint that ever been laid in Black America. There's never been any of these dudes that they talk about who got a blueprint for the success of Black people that's in function today. They got some great books by other people who make great suggestions, but they were simply suggestions. Whereas Booker T laid it down and put it to work and was the first to do it. So I suggest they read that and understand that as soon as you open up the smallest of business and begin to make just even any kind of money, $20 a month, as soon as you make some money that you don't have to rely on the system, you're on your march to freedom.
So, people, just check it out. You know, organize, get business minded. You know, group economics. Hook up with some more people. You know, the debate and the lecture scene is a great thing. We need more of them. You know, and you gotta put your money where your mouth is. So look for a brother, like I said, in all these city, states, and town that I've been rolling through and seeing all the dilapidated buildings and all the different things. Them people, they oppress, you know. And then even when people not in those neighborhoods, they in a good neighborhood, decent neighborhood. Now you got your you know, your rent, people renting the houses out, people not owning them. That means now you being oppressed again because you paying other people mortgage, this, that, and the other, and at the end of the day, you don't have nothing to pass down to your children. So people think more about going to the South, buying up that land, then working hard while you in the projects or whatever, or if you in low income housing, gaining your money and stuff so you can buy you a if nothing else, a trailer and put on there. Then while y'all sitting on the trailers, y'all can sit down and take the time out to go build one person house. Take the leftover materials, buy some more materials, move the trailer, buy another person house. Then you can move those trailers onto another vacant lot that you done bought. And now next thing you know, a town is growing. Once the town start growing and you got the industry in it and you got the people in it, hey, you starting to run stuff. You starting to learn civics and organization and government and all of this.
Hey, let me add this, Carl.
Go ahead.
They've been on the debate tip for like a constant 3 years, right? At least 3 years. We could just run off. And it seemed like this year they want to amp the debates up. And, they constantly make the argument like, do you think debates are important? And no, goddamn it, the debate is not important. You can't get down the road if you're going to sit there having a debate about this and that and that and this. It should only be community organizational events where we come together to strategize. You're not serious when you just want to come and debate and hear who could blow out whose information. This ain't about if you choose to be a Moor or if you choose to be an Israelite or an atheist. This shit ain't about that. Don't nobody care what you believe in. All we want to know is what you're working with, what you got for sale, what you got buy something. You know what I'm saying? Make it where we could build with one another. You don't hear these other groups sitting around debating each other over their 1 billion philosophies. Most other groups have the wackest background of information that Black folks wouldn't even be attracted to. But see, we being led by people who, hate one thing over another. When none of them got a background in building shit, even if you give them all in the money in the world that they could go move to the best neighborhood and ride around in the best cars, they never gonna build shit. You just gonna see them building something for themselves. Now they might get rich, make millions, but this shit is about coming together for solutions to building something. But you can't, because we being led by people who got self-interest. This is the thing about why I pushed Booker T. Washington out my group on Pan-Africanism. You got all these other Pan-African groups that want to direct you to ancient Egypt. That's not the shit. That's not where the game is at. The game is right here where we playing in the field at. The game is outside your door. And when you come outside your door and you upset at what this group is doing and that group doing, you is just simply falling in the hands of the trap. If you don't come together and just simply open up some shit and start building your little bit what you got, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're never going to get out your trap. You got to build economics. And then when you got some economic power, then you come together and you strategize politically. You got all of these, prolific Black people, trying to get behind these presidents. It don't matter which president they put in office. None of them is going to benefit you. I don't care if you get Trump in there, it won't benefit you. Hillary Clinton, it won't benefit you. Barry Sanders, it won't benefit you. Only thing that's going to benefit you is you come outside your house into a Black world where you could go get a job from a Black person. And, that's not to say you can't deal with other people, but you should just be dealing with them in trade. You damn sure don't want their culture. You want their money. So, they got us always thinking about something silly like who they going to put on the dollar bill. Who give a shit who's on the dollar bill? I want to know how many of them dollar bills I get in my pocket. I don't care who on it. But I just want to push into a point where you build in economics. So if you're not doing that, you're not talking about no solutions. If you want to stop the crime in your neighborhood, you got to own it. Because as long as you don't own it, they'll raise the price on you and make you go out there and rob somebody to try to pay the rent. And that's the solution.
You'll burn it down. You'll tear it up. When it's time to ride, you'll say, fuck this neighborhood. That ain't my building anyway. We'll move to the other side of town. I go back to my mama's house. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty much the real. So, this is like, I know over here on your channel, they don't really support you. They ain't gonna really pass this video out or share this among them. And, I don't come over here looking to get no 1,000 views with you or nothing, just to simply have a conversation in a different direction. As the direction that's most popular is just simply about how big of a goddamn venue that they could pack up full of some, brothers who really just about nothing. And though it looks
all here for a minute supporting this stuff, y'all see the logo there, Fraternal Order of Pan-Africanists. You know what I'm saying? Same here. And that's what it's got to be. like I told you, I look to come to Atlanta and do some stuff with you, man. Um, and everything. I got a couple of dollars, coming my way. I'm back on the up and up. So, when things happen, man, we gonna make some of this economics go. One thing I can respect the Moors for, they brought some tissue down to Sinettas. Said that every man gotta go to the rest, and we ain't wiping with leaves no more. And we have a factory where we create some tissue to wipe our buttholes. You know what I'm saying?
So, I just want to show you something, man. I'm gonna share my screen with you, right? And I come from a Christian-based philosophy, Booker T, Washington style, Pan-African Christianity, economic building Christianity, and somebody I do business with, the real Black Atheist. We're gonna give him a shout out tonight. This brother, I don't believe none of his goddamn philosophy. You know what I'm saying? But that one thing I can understand, well, I'd say a little of his philosophy, and that's his push for economics. So, he hit me up like, yo, I need this and that from you. And I'm like, bet. I could overlook what he believe in. And, you might catch me and him on a later date debating each other, screaming and yelling at each other over some issues, but that's just simply for the verification. So, he hit me up to make like a little stand. Here we go.
What's good? What's happening? Well organized now. Defeats a disorganized. Every time we man, y'all already know this, man. It's God killers in the house. I'm gonna do what I got to do. And I'm gonna do what I got to do. I'm standing tall, I'm standing strong, right? It's on the raw squad up. Real magnetism is on the rise.
Yeah, so that's like some Black economics, you know what I'm saying? In the aspect of what we're doing. I mean, I don't mind supporting his channel in the aspect that he can get his game up and push his philosophy. It ain't gonna stop me from pushing what I'm doing, which is Pan-Africanism. And that's Black economics. That's what the real is going on behind the videos. But you might not never
let me show y'all something too. You see it's a yard being cut. You see that guy on that lawnmower? Can you see him? I don't know if my camera picking him up. He coming back around though. That's a black guy. You see the truck over there?
Yes, sir.
Them black guys that's on that, they own a truck. They own 2 or 3 different ride lawnmowers, weed eaters and stuff, and they out here doing their job, getting paid. Normally you would see Mexicans doing that. This is St. Louis right now. I'm in St. Louis right now. So yes, I mean, Black economics, man, we got to be able to control stuff. Booker T, from my studies when dealing with that, what they call it, the Atlanta Compromise, he wasn't compromising. He was saying just that. We should be doing the house building, the yard work, and everything else. And then from that, we will own the infrastructure. We will own the boat docks. We will own everything. Import, export will have to go through our hands.
Right.
All the major products will have to go through our hands. And that means every dollar that you can get off of that, we would have been gaining that dollar. But now we losing it because every time you look around, the Hispanics is doing it. Here go a brother closer now.
Right. That's what we want to see. I mean, ain't no shame in the grass cutting business. That's $1 billion industry. We don't own none of it. He probably the only black dude cutting yards left. Somebody need to support that dude.
And if you knew how much a zero turn lawnmower costs, and how you can finance it and get your credit up and all of that, man. There's so much to talk about, so much to deal with. You know, and you have a couple group of people or individuals out here that push economics and talk about it, but you know, they don't push it like that. They rather push the arguing, disunity, debating and all of that about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Spiritual
mean, as,
thing.
as long as the conversation is who gonna debate who, and we always prepping up to another debate every 2-3 months. That's what the white man wants you to do. He wants you to sit there, debate and argue, so that while you debating and argue, you ain't thinking about strategizing. And then after you finish debating and argue, now you got to argue some more about who won for like another month. And then by the time you finish arguing about who won, up comes the next damn debate. And it's like, we don't give a shit about your little bit of knowledge and your little bit of debate. We don't give a damn about that. You know, your little bit of economics at the goddamn debate. We don't give a shit about that. That's helping a small group of people. What we need to do is we need you to come on and talk about some shit where we building. Some shit that'll make the white man nervous, that'll have his ass trying to shut down your YouTube page. If he ain't trying to shut you down, that's because you ain't talking about shit.
And you know, I know where you stand on it. So people, he's saying we, and if it ain't just me and him that he talking about now, then it's at least him. I know that much. You know, me, I'm the same way, but you know, I'm just co-signing what the brothers say because we talk about it all the time. But yeah, man. I mean, even from a biblical perspective, when they came through there and they was uh affecting those idols and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Give me one. When they stopped the people from buying them idols, it was a dead game. So hey, pick it up while I take away. He finna come over here and cut.
All right, it's all good, man. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it should be a like, you know, what they doing in Cleveland with this unity conference, you know, with Malik Zulu Shabazz. See, that's like a brother who really don't stick around for no arguments and debate. He did a little debate with Polite, you know, he played his little part, but you know, he see that the collectivism of what Sonnet and them is doing is building up these crowds. Still got their background on you, okay? Yeah, you know, so it's good to say, hey, let's get together in another community and bring together some type of unity and see what we could do. So now you're gonna see Sarah Suit Seti, Polite, and you know, the new Black Panther, Hashim and Zinga, Malik Zulu. You're gonna have a long list. I think it's Boyce Watkins and all kind of people they throwing up on there, and everybody gonna have a good little conversation, you know what I'm saying, for that day. And then the little bit of community you know, bonding or buying, you know, some more unks and some more red, black, and green flags and whatever they selling, books. But at the end of the day, if there's not a real solution that derives from it, if they not in there really building something, if you could put, you know, 1,000 people in one room and you can't go out and buy an acre of land, you're wasting your time again. Because you can't get together and don't come out and say, well, last year we all got together, we signed up 100 men who all had $1,000 in their pocket, and we left and when we went to building. So here's the effect of that little bit of money. If you can't create a solution after you gather, then you just, you know, you just spectating and trying to, you know, get in front of the camera for some more conversation. But, you know, it's all good. We're not saying don't do it. Definitely do it. But, you know, you got to shake these people up about the nonsense, because I already know, like, the next day after that conference is over, we're going to be hearing about the next great debate. And it's going to be back to the feuding and talking about nonsense from some uneducated so-called professors talking about nothing.
Yeah, so like I said, man, we was gonna give him about 40 minutes or whatever. 40 minutes up, people. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make this like a little bit more of a segment. And we're gonna put the black man on trial a little bit more. And we're gonna grab certain individuals and put their ass on the stand. you know what I'm saying, and talk about the crimes they committing against the community with the bullshit that they doing in the community. This gonna be Israel Doctrine's donkey of the day. You know what I'm saying? We'll put your ass on trial, and we're gonna look at your record, and we're gonna see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that's getting most of the economics and stuff. All your day coming, you gotta answer for what the hell you doing with the community money. We know that that's been going on over there on In the Black and stuff. Shout out to them brothers. You know what I'm saying? The bootlicking and the ass kissing and stuff. Lex Lee Vortex been talking about it. Shout out to that brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brothers that didn't make it today. D Miller, L, and you know, Lex and Royale and different people. People busy, you know what I'm saying? I got a little time on my hand. This man here got his own business and stuff, graphic design and, you know, video, audio, and different stuff. So, you know, when I get back on the grind, people, believe me, it's going to be less of me, but I'm going to be more on schedule. Y'all don't know, 6 o'clock is the time to tune in every day now. And me and my brother, the reader, going to be here, Brother Kurt, or I'm going to be on here with somebody else getting in and doing the Black Intelligentsia and everything else and, you know, promoting, you know, positive stuff. But at the same time, you have to deal with the negative if you really want to bring about a charge or a change. You have to deal with the positive and negative, the duality of this thing, you know. So with that said, I'm going to say peace. I appreciate you once again, brother, coming over, dropping some, you know, information on the people, man, talking to them because, you know, I ain't got great numbers, especially over here on this channel. I got about 1,500 on the other. You know, if we could reach those 1,500 and they take the message and perpetuate it, hey, you know, next thing you know, we have 3,000. We'll double it up, hopefully. Then we triple it.
Even if it don't get too many views, man, at least it was recorded and laid down, and one day somebody might find this video and it inspire them to do something, and that's what it is. You know, who cares about the numbers? You know, for whoever listening, hope that they benefited. That's it, man. Pit Boss, Digital Pit Boss, Pan-African Superman.
Need some help? We need some help, or you need some help. Hey, what? This day and time, some of us need some help.
Give him a commercial, man. Tell him about your show. Give him a commercial.
Yeah. Hey, come here, man. Holla at me.
What's up?
I want you to talk to the people for me.
What
Tell
people?
them about y'all business and stuff, man. Get you commercial time on, man. I'm live on YouTube.
For real?
Yeah, I'm recording live on YouTube. I can show you the video. Here we go.
Hey, this your
Tell them
the
about
guy
y'all
in the
business
wheelchair,
and
that's your
stuff,
brother?
Nah, that's my he's my spiritual brother.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, how is he doing?
He good.
He you to be out here, see, I
Yeah.
you to talk to him and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Tell the people about your business, man.
Oh, it's his business, ain't my
All right,
business.
you
Classic
work
London.
with it. Yeah. Tell them where you are located.
We just want to know how to contact you.
Yeah. As my brother said, we just want to know how to contact you.
This Classic Lawn, man. Over on Dunn Road. What's that? 1401. 1401 Dunn Road, Classic Lawn. Floyd Ragler is the president and CEO.
Word. That's a black company.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we into the Pan-African stuff. So you know, we know you don't own it, but since you work for it, the more work you get, the more you on the clock.
That's right.
We just want to share the love with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many yards y'all doing around here and stuff, man? Y'all got
Oh man, we got like 100 residential and probably 40, 50 commercial.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all be getting plenty work, huh?
Oh yeah, plenty of work.
So, what about the Hispanics? They come around and get plenty work around here. Y'all just got it on lock.
We don't miss
Y'all got them on lock.
it. Yeah.
Huh? I hear you, man. Black power, man, all day. That's what we trying to promote.
They selling this?
I don't know.
I see the plates out, and I've been wanting to ask, but I ain't seen him outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him out for you
Yeah.
before we. I'm about to wrap up a little bit.
Going to be trimming all the
All right.
You know.
Yeah, all right.
All right, bro. I'm gonna like to get you.
All right.
Okay, you might as well go ahead and shut this down, man, because you Oh wait, Royale, what's up with you, Royale, man?
I'm chilling. You hear me or not?
Yeah, we can hear you. He got to put his phone on mute, so I'm gonna hand the mic over to you and let you talk a bit. He got the grass man in the background.
Yeah.
We got Royale in the building. He finally made it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna let him speak since you got all that activity going on.
Shit, what's good with you?
We-
How's the conversation? I see, there's a lot of entrepreneurship happening.
Yeah, we just talking like, from my perspective, like Pan-Africanism in the aspect of economic, black group economic type thing. We know you got the music and the websites and various legal services and stuff like that. So we just trying to spread the word for what everybody doing. So if somebody needs you, they can get at you for it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good look. That's actually a great look. Put all the pieces in place, before they need it.
Yeah. So I'm familiar with you, but for somebody that might just be tuning in, you might just want to mention a little bit about where they could catch you at, or what they could do. What I'm saying, what you doing.
I mean, okay. Hey, listen. If anybody is familiar with me or not familiar with me, I'm gonna suggest check out the latest video. I hope you check out the latest video. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, brother, but I just posted a video up on my channel. You can check it out. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. Obviously, I'm a world leader for the people. So pretty much I'm one of those master ciphers, decoding things that plague our people overall, as far as this spell that seem to have a grasp on our women's minds and our men's minds. So, it's some of the things that I do is to help break the spell, bring us to that liberty sign that we all been championed for since early, the African liberation movement. I'm all with that. So. And at the same time, build these bonds, strengthen what we have, and dispel what's unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if those that's savvy on the YouTubes, man, just I should be able to post it up in a few on the Facebook, but it's already up on YouTube. If you go to my channel, Royale News and Entertainment channel, if you go to hiphopandraw.com or you click matter of fact, if you just go to royalenews.com.
Right. Yeah, I went to that website before. I see you be covering some cool little topics on there. That's like a news and almost like a blog and a news channel, right?
Yeah, just just another outlet to matter of fact, when you ask like, hey, where could some of your, it's just go to royalenews.com, RAWYALNEWS. Check out the latest video. I suggest you check out the latest video. I suggest you check out all the latest videos if you actually want to know what's going on before I post anything else, because you got to get up to speed. If you ain't up to speed with me, then you probably fall behind with the rest of the BS.
Right. That's what's happening. Yeah, the music go pretty hard too, man. Do you got like a current project that you might have just released, or are you promoting? I mean, are you promoting something new, or do you got something that's already out that you've done?
Yeah, right now just working on choosing a single, at least to push to radio. The catalog of music is amazing. So what I have something that to whet the taste bud for all the people that just love good music or love great music. Especially we lost. So they say we lost a great musician today. Prince. So I'm hoping the reports come in from his family or from Prince, like, yo, I ain't dead. But till then. Everybody's.
Well, I seen that article go up on TMZ, and they pretty much ain't gonna just put out something super ridiculous like that. So
They all now TMZ all super ridiculous.
yeah, but
Real
I'm
super.
saying like a lie about somebody being like dead or alive. They never made that type of statement before. So
Yeah, well, yeah, well,
they reported that he did pass away. So
real talk, real talk. I mean, because the only thing what I don't like about about their style is they was lying on the OJ shit. He literally lied. The last thing he reported, he was lying. So that's why I was like,
no,
it's
I'm
just,
not. Yeah, I don't take away that they don't do a little stuff for they celebrity,
yeah.
to get their ratings. But I'm saying certain types of information, if they just put out somebody dead and they not dead, they gonna have a serious issue with that organization. So I don't think they'll make that statement. Although I think they lie about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think they'll lie about that one. But we never know. You know what I'm saying? You might be right.
Listen, it's Prince. I'm just hoping for the, what I'm saying? I'm hoping that they wrong. So I'm trying to give us the benefit of the doubt of them being liars and shit. So
Yeah.
I'm just for my own sanity. I'm hoping, it's just they just misunderstood something. But I mean, like you said, it's highly doubtable at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody's just coming in and different reports or whatever. But so definitely, as a fan, of a giant like Prince, and as a fan of our culture, Prince, being the one of the, what you would call the if we had those stones, would you got the like the forefathers of soul music, for contemporary soul music.
Right.
If you have James Brown, Michael Jackson, Prince, and Stevie Wonder, he definitely would complete the cipher. You know what I'm saying? So
So I think he created a whole genre where he the only one in it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm in his genre. I'm in his genre. So if you like Prince music, you like Michael Jackson music, you like that type of music, you like soul music,
Yeah.
you like my catalog is I try to make sure my catalog is various enough. That's the project that I'm working on too, to complete that package, which is always done.
We're gonna have Royale back on talk about those things and stuff. I wanted to give him 40 minutes. You showed up kind of late today, bro. But we're gonna have some more conversation about Black Man on Trial. And if you didn't get to hear it, I'll repeat it for the audience that also didn't get to hear it but listening live. We're gonna start putting different people on trial like the donkey of the day and start really looking into their life. What they doing out here. Are they trying to change the community? Are they trying to take the economics that they gaining from all the individuals that come together at these events and different stuff? So other individuals in the community can start looking at people, because it seems when you don't point out things, they tend to go unnoticed in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with dude? He always standing on that corner and everybody coming by. What you down there selling? You know what I'm saying? We all know what's going on. So at some point, though, you got to ask the question so other people can think about it and ask the question, and then start dealing with the solutions to the problem, or take the power you giving one person and give it to the next person. So hopefully we can make this more of a weekly process. Maybe every day, 10-15 minutes, somebody come on, or I come on. Brother gonna work it out, whatever possible. But I appreciate y'all brothers coming on, man. And it's about, to let y'all know, it's about, I see 8 brothers out here getting their money on. You know what I'm saying? One weed, either one doing the blower, 2 or 3 on the riding lawnmower, and 2 or 3 on the weed eaters. And they moving out. They just cut this whole big lot, this whole spot. So they making their money, and they say they got about 20-some spots or whatever, commercial and then personal. So they doing their thing, Maybe y'all can do the same and reinvent the wheel.
So what's up with this new background you got, Carl? What, you on the move? You trying to catch up to the boys?
Yeah, man. You know, like I told you, I'm coming to Atlanta. I ain't gonna be able to make it up there with Royale up there in, you know, Harlem, New York. But
Mhm.
I gotta start hitting these city states in town, man, and start politicking with the people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, I got family everywhere. Spiritually, I got family, and physically, I got family somewhere everywhere. So the thing is, you know, move around. Right now, I'm up here celebrating Passover, the night the Feast of Unleavened Bread kick in. And you know, celebrating with friends and family and holding it down in the loop right now. My
Hey, I just got a text from somebody I know in Indiana. You know, they into the gardening and stuff like that. So shout out to Stacy. She checking out the show. So I just want to say something because she's
What up,
like
Stacey?
black business. Hey, that's what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
shout
just
out to
supporting that.
Boston Blue too.
Yeah, putting a little shout out to all the black businesses out there, small and
Yeah,
large, musically, uh, however you get down. That's what we need more of. Less of this debating and more of this economic building.
yeah. The brother Boston Blue, he just I think he up there in Buffalo, New York right now, and he say he moved out of the city, bought some land, and now he got them chickens out there, you know, dropping them eggs, and you know, I just uh I just realized that they got chicken skins down here in St. Louis. I've never seen that before, where they
Yeah,
actually take the chicken skins and you got to eat the pork skins. I was like, somebody that made them a business.
yeah. You know, when you hit the road, you're gonna see all types of things. We got that. We got that down here in Georgia. I don't know if Royale and them
Yeah.
got that up there. They might though. What y'all got chicken skins?
Shit, man.
Kind of
They
like
had,
pig skins.
I think they did, man. I think I seen a bag of things, man. But I think my son had ate one and got sick.
Yeah, you got to acquire the taste.
I'm like, what are you eating that garbage for, man? It was like in a bag. Like he's like, I just seen it. I just wanted to. Nah, you don't make yourself no test dummy out here.
Right, right.
But he said
Yeah, so
it's out here. It's here.
Word up,
but
man.
man, I'm gonna say peace, y'all. Let's link up again, man, when we can get a chance, opportunity and stuff, man. More than y'all know, man. People be hit me in the inboxes asking questions and stuff. It's a sister out there now. Just so you know, Pit Boss, that it's somebody out there now. I don't know if it's a sister or not. I gotta get back on the channel and see what's going on in the side chat. But if you check it out, somebody asking about what type of you know, venues or opportunities financially you got going on, you know, any investments or stuff like that. So check it out on the
They
side
want me.
chat. Like I told them, I know some brothers.
Oh, you know, Pit
Go
Boss
ahead.
is very deep in the game. I mean, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's Digital Pit Boss on YouTube. You can go to my Facebook. It's DPB Studios on Facebook, where I do my graphics. If you check my videos out on YouTube for the last 5 years, I got everybody from Organized Noise Music to Malik. I got so many people I didn't put in the game. If you ask about me, in the last 15 years, I done owned diesel companies. I done had clubs. I done had all types of things I can't even imagine. I done balled out, went broke, balled out, went broke, balled out 1,000 times. I done everything. I'm from Los Angeles. You can hit me up. You can go to Pacoima Documentaries on Facebook, and you can see a list of more people I done put in the game. So, you know, my Pan-Africanism is real. Shit I'm talking about is for real, for real. And you know, I don't really come on the videos and try to promote myself like that. I don't even care. I mean, if they find me, if you do business with me, that's what's up. But you know, what I'm doing, I'm just building. I'm not really, you know, I hope that what I do could benefit somebody if I work with you, you know what I mean? But you know, I'm not really looking to get any popularity when I come onto these videos. I just simply come on to have a conversation. So, you know, if you want to find out if I could back my game up, just go look for me. I done already laid it out there. And
Hey,
brothers ain't got
I
it.
like that logo, man. Your logo mean. I like that.
Yeah, I made that, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my little creations. So
Yeah.
I just did a little piece. I played it on here. I just did a piece for the Real Black Atheist for his channel. You know what I'm saying? I do flyers, all that kind of stuff. I do the promotion for the new Black Panther Party. So when you see his flyers out there, that's me. You know, I'm in the background. I don't talk about it. I just be about it.
Me. I like that. I like that.
What's up, man? Finally made it, huh? Brother Rob Bourne.
Oh, it looked like you filling up, man. You might have to extend your show. Alan Brown,
Yeah, maybe.
he gonna have something to talk about too.
I'm just listening to catch up, man, because I couldn't get on until he sent me a new link.
What's up with you, Alan, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Same thing, you know.
That's right. That's right. I got some gematria, that I got to holler at you about.
I hear you.
I know you get down. I know you know what's happening with that.
What's good?
Yeah, we just talking economic building. You know what I'm saying today?
Okay.
It's just a little bit of everything, and that's all. So you could drop some knowledge on us or whatever.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just gonna catch up, man. I was listening to see what he's building about.
Oh yeah, you got to go back. I think you about to end the show, so you got to kind of rewind this one. And
Yeah, because my battery getting low. I've been sitting outside and I ain't got no charge out here, so it's a good thing if y'all don't know to run your battery down and then build it up. It helps it hold power better. If you got a full battery all the time, it never get used. So it's just like sitting down on your tail and doing something and not working your muscles. When you try to use them, sometimes they won't work. So running your battery down to 10s, 15s, and then recharging them, it helps preserve the life of your battery. I thought I'd drop that little knowledge on you. But man, much love for y'all brothers coming over. We got to do it again, man, where we could be, together and really talk about some of these things. Like I said, from now on, I pop up at the 6 o'clock hour every day. That's gonna be my schedule. So if you want to be on at 6 o'clock with me, you got the time. Just holler at me, whoever you are. It don't matter. I got Black Intelligentsia. I got to get that back up and running with people in the Black community that's doing something. As we was talking about marketing promotion network. Things like the brother that was doing the yard work and stuff. Shouting each other out, letting us know these outfits and outlets that's out there that's doing stuff, man, and we can get this money together, man. Go into these communities and tear down some of these buildings and use those bricks to build one solid foundation somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to have toe down building here, have toe down building there. Just tear them on both down and then rebuild using the bricks. You know what I'm saying? So all you masons out there, maybe then you can use that masonry to help build a community if you can't do it with the other one. You know what I'm saying? The metaphysical masonry. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, man,
Hey,
I'm gonna say peace, y'all.
Hold on for 2 seconds. Hold on for 2 seconds. Hey, make sure y'all check out the latest video that I posted, man. Go to royalenews.com. Check out the latest video. Please do that. It's important y'all get that. So you can kind of get up to speed, man. Go to rawayalnews.com. Go to royalenews.com. Check out the latest video. Talk about it. Spread the word. Get it going. Let's keep this wheel rolling.
Word up.
Alan, drop something if you want to, man. Let them know where they can catch you at, man. We closing out, so when y'all get it done, we're gonna be gone.
I think he gone, Carl Albert, and you on pause. So I'm gonna say peace out to you, man. Like I said, anybody want to catch me? It's 10 different places. You can digital on YouTube. It's DPB Studios on Facebook, Eternal Order on Facebook, all kind of places. And peace. I'm out to y'all, man. Y'all brothers be chill.
All right, peace. Once again, thanks for coming through, having a conversation with us, man, so people can see that it's another part of the game than just, you know, lights, camera, and action. Act a fool, you know. Peace.
All right, peace.